This is TWiT.
So Libra, we talked about it when Facebook announced this. Facebook was at great pains to say, oh no, it's not a Facebook cryptocurrency. We have the Libra, what do they call it, group of 30 companies. Association. And they put in money and they participate, except the association seems to be falling apart rapidly. In one day, eBay, Visa, MasterCard, and Stripe all said, yeah, never mind. PayPal last week. These are all the big U.S. fintech companies are saying, yeah. Is it because Mark Zuckerberg is going to the Hill to testify before the House Financial Services Committee October 23rd? Is it that, or do they know something we don't know? Is it over for Libra?
Well, it's not over.
God, I hope so. Okay, Brianna Wu, why do you hope so?
It's rare you see an idea that's so bad you think it could fundamentally destroy your country. And that's kind of how I feel about this. I mean, if you look at how Facebook has handled our democracy, I don't even want to think about how they could handle our financial system. Just as a candidate for Congress, I have to report every single dollar just about that gets sent my way. Someone offered to send me a PS4 game today on Twitter. I had to make it clear publicly, like, this is Brianna Wu, the individual, accepting this, not Brianna Wu, the candidate. Imagine how bad it would be if, like, Facebook has this currency where anyone can send you untraceable money, like, through cryptocurrency. Facebook just doesn't have the credibility.
I couldn't bundle a bunch of cash in a manila envelope and mail it to you?
Yeah, how would I spend it? How would I put it in a bank to spend it from there?
You couldn't? Sure. So it's not.
Yeah,
it's
as
not
a candidate,
possible.
I'm going to show up to TD Bank with piles of cash and just put it in.
I don't know where it came from.
It just
So the Federal Elections Commission, which, by the way, I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it
exists.
It exists. Okay, good. That's good. I'm glad.
My whole team is working on it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they say you can't accept a donation that you can't say exactly who it came from.
Right. I mean, I think the rule, if I remember correctly, I'm not a lawyer, but it's $20. Anything, like if a little old lady came up to me at church with a $20 bill, I could say this was an anonymous cash donation. Anything bigger than that, I have to report and track, which is why Giuliani is in.
Yeah, right. I think there are people who wish they could send you Bitcoin, but they can't.
I think there's a way to do it, but it's reportable. I've not had that issue come up. So if someone wants to donate in Bitcoin, get in touch with me and we'll figure out if that's legal or not.
I mean, if someone sends you a check, well, not a check, it's not anonymous. If they send you a pile of bills, you can say, well, I can't use this. I don't want this. It's the same with Libra, with any crypto. If you receive money, you could say, I don't know where it came from. I don't want to use this. It's not legal.
Oh, Patrick, that is so sweet and naive that you think a politician would do that. That is so sweet.
No, I mean, if you would refuse, legally, you can't accept money that you don't know where it came from. It's the same issue with bills and with Libra.
So Dave Marcus, who runs the Libra project for Facebook, came from PayPal. He was the president of PayPal. PayPal was the first to bail last week. He tweeted, special thanks to Visa and MasterCard for sticking it out to the 11th hour. The pressure has been intense, understatement, and I respect the decision to wait until there's regulatory clarity for Libra to proceed versus the invoked threats by many on their biz. It sounds like that the reason these companies are bailing is they're worried about the regulatory environment.
I'm guessing they have something in the works, because this is all of the payment companies that, like Libra, it's not going away. I think Facebook really wants this to happen.
Maxine Waters,
if they have to,
who is the chairwoman of the committee, said she wants Facebook to stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well,
stop it. Don't do it.
Yeah, she wants, but we'll have to see what happens legally and how they can make it stop. Maybe they will, but until they do.
Fill me in, I'm ignorant. What's wrong with cryptocurrency? Well, I know one thing that's wrong, at least with Bitcoin. I don't know about Libra, but Bitcoin mining now is so costly in terms of energy. And of course, the cost keeps going up as you mine, that Bitcoin mining today uses more energy worldwide than all the solar panels that have been installed for the last 40 years.
Yep.
So that's not good. I mean, admittedly, it's, hydroelectric and stuff, but it's not like it's energy neutral.
So if you take the energy argument out of it,
let's take that out. Yeah,
I don't have an issue. In fact, I was very early on in my race talking about, I do think there's a role for integrating Bitcoin and cryptocurrency into our monetary system. I do think we need legal ways to do that. What I think the real difference is, Leo, is Bitcoin by design is decentralized. So if you're looking at the United States dollar and you're saying, oh, okay, I see these shenanigans going on financially, it makes sense to me personally to, diversify my holdings and to get a certain amount of cash in Bitcoin. It's decentralized. That's an argument that makes sense to me. I think the criticism of Ethereum is it's tied to these exact same financial entities that crashed the economy in 2008. Oh. And then if you look at Facebook, it's a hyper-centralized currency. So it's far closer, in my opinion, to Disney dollars than it is to an actual, cryptocurrency, which I think should be decentralized.
But do you want it to be decentralized, though? At least if something starts going wrong there, you have someone whom you can go and talk to who kind of can influence the way the cryptocurrency works. With Bitcoin, no one controls it unless you can get 51% of the miners together. This feels that something much more dangerous.
I think that's a check on it. Is that good? Check on it. I think you look at the rate at which Bitcoin can process transactions. You can see clearly they need more leadership there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I don't think the answer is to pass the keys to Facebook.
Yeah. So if Facebook weren't involved, you'd be okay
Libra's
with
problem
Libra.
is Facebook.
Facebook, right.
Yeah. They don't have the credibility on this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be said for cryptocurrency, and it's an anonymity, not for giving money to politicians. But I mean, I think one of the reason people like crypto is because cash is disappearing. That was the last anonymous way to use money. Right. Every time you use a credit card, it's tracked. Privacy advocates would love to be able to buy something at the local liquor store without everybody knowing. I guess. I don't know.
The problem I've always had with Facebook and Libra is trying to understand why Facebook wants to do it.
Yeah.
Because Facebook relies on advertising for like 98, 99% of all of its revenue. It's all advertising. It's not going to make any money from Libra, not directly, I don't believe. So, but Facebook isn't doing this out of some kind of inherent altruism or philanthropic goal. It's doing it ultimately because it thinks it will make more money if it does. And I don't care what it says about whether that's true or not. That is going to be true. So what is that ultimate goal of Libra for Facebook? Is it, I mean, I think Zuckerberg has talked about maybe enabling more communities to be able to build up their businesses in their communities, and maybe that then means they will ultimately be competing with each other and therefore need to spend advertising. I don't know if that was Zuckerberg or if that was a conspiracy theorist that I read online, but someone said it, and it seemed like a reasonable expectation of what could happen. But with everything Facebook, there is a reason it will do something. It will be for money and it will be for advertising purposes. And I don't like that when it comes to my money.
Yeah,
that's
you
why
have to wonder, what was Libra? Clearly, even if it's a coalition and it's decentralized among all these different companies, it's still Facebook coin or Zuck bucks. But so what was their purpose? Why did Zuck want bucks?
I think they want transactions rates to increase. I mean, the facilitating transactions is the ultimate goal, and then harnessing
a global currency that's not tied to the dollar or the yen or the franc.
Right.
Well, that's tied to everything, and technically
it is actually tied to the dollar.
Yeah, it's very
tied to the dollar
and the Swiss franc and the yen. Yeah,
a number of currencies and other. Not stock, but stable investment type things. Technically, Libra seems like it has all of the good technical solutions implemented.
Right.
It's very well
We've
put
learned a
together
lot.
from a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
It doesn't, not going to go over all of it, but it's the ultimate cryptocurrency we can think of today. And I believe Facebook wants one of those to exist in the world, just like companies to exist in HTML to exist in the world. And they saw that no one was doing it, and they decided, okay, whatever, we'll do it ourselves. And unfortunately, it's Facebook, and no one trusts them, so it's not happening. It seems, maybe it will still, but I think if someone else or another entity had come up with it, if Mozilla had come up with this, I think it would be a very different conversation.
Brave, which is another browser started by Brendan Eich, formerly of Mozilla, has its own Brave currency, Brave Attention Tokens, or BAT. Their plan to use it, which is, I think, kind of interesting, is to use it because it has an ad blocker built into the browser to compensate websites that you go to but aren't seeing their ads. You can pay them with BAT, which is an interesting idea.
I think about, it's hard for me to not question Facebook's motives here. And to me, so let's get back to a story in the United States. Russia purchased ads in rubles, and it affected the United States election.
Right.
Imagine how much harder it would be for investigators to find out about that activity and prosecute it if your only way of finding out about that is trusting Facebook's reports about it. Would you trust Facebook to report all of that honestly when there aren't banking regulators to go there and look at wire transfers and all these other things? It just seems like it seems like you're giving a massive amount of power to someone that shouldn't have it. They want to keep you in that ecosystem. They want to keep you in the Facebook ecosystem, which is why they push Facebook shopping and all these things. Yeah, I just don't think they have the credibility for that. I don't think I've ever said a syllable publicly critiquing Ethereum. And it's because there's just more credibility with the people putting that forward. It really is this company just flouting regulation in a way I think would be very bad for everyone involved.
Is this kind of the new normal, is that these big tech companies are going to grab, they're going to try to grab, they're going to constantly grab because they're so big and they need to grow, and they've gotten to the point now where really they only can grow by just, dominating something, and it's the government's job to kind of say, no, not that, slap their wrists and say, no.
Yeah. We're the cops on the beat.
What if governments were involved in Libra, though? What if governments got into that 100 entities association and got it? Because I think the fact that Facebook is doing this is kind of obscuring a potential upside of having a stable, non-energy consuming, reliable cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It could be a good thing, just like, as I was saying, HTML is a good thing and everyone can use it and do stuff with it. And I'm not sure, I don't know enough to be certain, but I don't think technically Libra is a bad idea.
Isn't having hundreds of different currencies a bad idea? Isn't the world eventually going to just say, well, we need some sort of global currency?
But I don't think the argument is that it's a bad idea. Is that it could be a good idea, but in the hands of the wrong entity.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Like Libra, overseen by a different group or proposed by a different organization, is a very different Libra to one proposed by Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're every country but the United States, I would think you'd want something besides the American dollar as well. And that's going to be the default choice, isn't it?
I mean, Libra is just an option, another option.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, yes, we want different currencies that each country can control to control their economy.
You're stuck with the euro. Was it a sad day when you gave up the French franc? You were the only country that had bare-breasted women on their money.
I think we still do. Each country has.
Oh, the French euro has liberté.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them. I mean, it's Marianne. It's a symbol of the Republic. So it might still be there. I'm pretty sure.
That's why I love France. All right. Well,
Sex positive currency. I love it.
sex positive currency.